I know I need to get intentional about the way I am nourishing my family this year. However, the system I have in place right now is not working. I have a video a few months back about my meal planning rhythm system. And the way that I work with meal planning, I really ebb and flow. It goes in between wanting to plan everything to the T week by week to just rolling downstairs at 7 a.m. and looking in my fridge and kind of trying to think about what dinner is going to be. I am feeling a pull to just simplify, which means that rigid meal planning is not on the table for me. I know I will fall off the wagon with that. So I am going to implement this formula system that we have been talking about into our meals. So when we make a formula for us to stick to, whether it be in our closet, in our organization, or in our meal planning, what we kind of look at, what I do is I look at what is currently working in our home and what is not working. What I plan or what is meant for a certain day of the week doesn't always work well if my stomach is acting up or if my head is acting up. But I do enjoy having just set foods in my fridge, in my freezer that I can pull from. So what I need to do is figure out a way to simplify that so I don't have to be planning meals ahead, but I also have an inventory that I can pull from on a day-to-day basis based on what our family needs that day. So the first step is stocking our home with foods that are nourishing but also simple. This means I am going to take a break from buying things that require a lot of prep, like pineapple, like butternut squash, anything that requires peeling. We're not purchasing it right now. I am going to be getting things like apples, zucchini, bell peppers, onions, things that I can pull out of the fridge or pull off the counter and chop up and they are ready to go. I don't have to do a lot of prep work. So then protein. I order our meat in bulk from a local farm that we have a really good relationship with. We've been ordering with them for a long time. I just placed an order the other day for a whole hog and a quarter cow or a half cow. We're kind of depending on the weights, the hanging weights will depend on that. But I am filling my freezer with that, and then I do purchase chicken from the grocery store. I try to purchase just the best cuts I can, and I really prefer to cook whole chickens because it's just easier and then you can get more meals out of it. And then the third staple that I am going to have in our home going forward is homemade grains. So making our bread primarily is what I'm talking about from scratch. And then I suppose I'm not going to be making our pasta from scratch right now because I just don't have the bandwidth for that. Bread is enough for me. So those are our three kind of building blocks I'm trying to be stocking our home with. They might look different for you. That is just what works for our family. Like I said, I just stripped back everything that is not working for us right now, and those are the things that are. I'm sure you can guess where I'm going with this formula, but with these building blocks, I am going to make bare minimum basic meals that are nutritious by focusing on a protein, a grain, and a vegetable. And I know that Pinterest has convinced us that everything has to be a fun Thai curry or it has to be a rustic potato soup or a exotic, I don't know, concoction that people look at our table and think, wow, what an impressive cook. I love to cook, but right now I just need simplicity. And I just want to give you permission, if you are in a similar place as me right now and it is hard to get food on the table because you feel like you're juggling a lot of plates, just go back to the basics. My grandma lived out in the farm, out in the country, and for dinner she would cook fried chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans. And that was the meal often, and no one complained about that. And I think that's something that we need to remember is that we get this idea that we have to have this very robust collection of recipes, but we don't. Honestly, my children love whole chicken, potatoes, and broccoli. It's one of their favorite meals. So why do I get so caught up in feeling the need to cook mac and cheese from scratch or make these fun dinosaur-shaped pancakes when truthfully they are happy with the basics? I'm not saying I can't do those other things in the future, but right now what serves me best? Protein, grain, vegetable. So whatever the formula is that works for your family, whether it is very similar to mine and very simple and bare bones, or if you really, this is not an area of your life that you're struggling with needing to simplify, that's great. Stick to it. Do what works. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing to this channel, like this video so I know that this is a series that you guys are interested in seeing more on, and I will see you in the next one.